All rise. Judge Butterby Court is now in session. Judge's case number JVB1055, Scott case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Mrs. Scott, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I am just really tired of my husband not doing things that he should be doing, such as spending quality time with me and our 17-year-old daughter.
Okay.
He's just not coming up to par, and frankly, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of it.
All right. So you all have a 17-year-old daughter.
Yes.
And you're tired of him not spending quality time with you and your daughter.
That's right.
I can totally understand that. Now, what does that have to do with me?
Well, I want a divorce.
You want a divorce because of that?
Legal smackdowns and emotional breakdowns. And it gets messy today. Oh. Mrs. Scott is finished. She wants a divorce and to slap her retired military spouse. Mr. Scott with child support, because she is sick of him not taking her out and not spending time with their 17-year-old daughter. Here's the kicker, though. For many years, this dad has supported the family. After 50 years of service, he recently retired, and now she's bored and is dragging him into court. Judge Vonda B. doesn't mince words. She brings in the reasoning and slashes straight through the feelings. However, is Mrs. Scott being petty, or is there more going on here than we realize? Stay still, because what begins as a breakup becomes a full-fledged reality check in the courtroom. You won't believe how it finishes, I promise.
I mean, he is the provider of our home, and absolutely, I want child support.
He's the provider of your home and you just want to get rid of him like that?
I just feel
Because
like,
you're being petty and in your feelings?
well, I feel like we've just grown apart, and I'm just tired of him not making me happy. He doesn't take me out. We don't do fun things anymore. And frankly, I'm bored.
Oh, okay. Mr. Scott, why are you boring this woman to death over here?
I'm not really sure why I'm here.
Honestly, I'm not sure why you're here either. It sounds like she's just in her feelings right now because you're not spending time with her and your 17-year-old daughter. And that's not what court is for. We don't just place people on child support because we're in our feelings.
I'm recently retired. I'm tired. I work.
And there it is. The point at which Judge Vaughn begins to doubt the case's basic foundation. If Mr. Scott provides for the household, there won't be any criminal drama, and he is obviously not a deadbeat. What are we actually doing here then? Mrs. Scott does not accuse him of desertion, abuse, or neglect. He's boring, she says. But let's have a moment. Is emotional ennui a valid justification for child support under the law? Leave a comment below. If you don't have romance, you'll end up in family.
From the military.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
This man is tired. That's why he probably doesn't want to spend quality time all the time. Can you give him a break?
Well,
And sir, can you spend some more time with your 17-year-old daughter?
When she's home, I'm more than willing to do that, but she's 17 years old.
Right.
I mean, she has a life, friends, a phone, and I'm available.
I can definitely understand that. Understand that. Mrs. Scott, let's not be petty. Don't do that. There is no reason to come to court and divorce this man, place him on child support, especially if you say he's a provider. He seems like he's a good man, retired military. He takes care of you, obviously. You look beautiful. So I don't think this is the right route that you need to go. Most people that come in this court get put on child support because they either deserve to be put on it or they were doing something they didn't have any business doing when it comes down to not taking care of their kids. So I just wouldn't want to put this man on child support just because, like I said,
Boom, retired military. That clarifies a lot. After spending decades in regimented settings, possibly stationed abroad, working long hours and missing holidays and birthdays in the sake of service, Mr. Scott is now back and likely attempting to acclimate to a regular life while his wife demands more excitement. This particular moment is really impactful. It's about what happens once the mission is over, not just about child support. Is this an example of failing to reintegrate into civilian family life or emotional neglect?
Your Honor, I really don't feel like I'm in my feelings because it's important in a relationship for there to be wonderful things happening. We have to find ways to keep our relationship healthy and strong and moving forward. We can't just stand still
Now I
and
feel
be
like a counselor.
stagnant. I mean, he's got to come up, he's got to do more.
Mr. Scott, can you assure Mrs. Scott that you're going to do more so you do not have to come in this courtroom and be placed on child support for a 17-year-old child?
I think her concern is it cannot solely be a burden for me. We have to work together.
I agree.
We.
I agree.
Yes.
You like that? I like that. That touched my heart.
This is exactly where we just had a wonderful courtroom moment from Judge Vonda. She is reminding everyone in the audience, your emotional journal is not the court. When your date evenings have dried up, or your lover has stopped watching Netflix with you, you don't go there. Taking someone to court is more about retaliation than justice if there has been no abuse, neglect, or actual harm. However, I have a question for you. When does a relationship's emotional dissatisfaction turn into a legal problem? Because Judge Vonda is using a bold marker to draw the line, which is hazy.
He loves you too. So, can I go ahead and dismiss this case and put people on child support that need to be on here?
Yes.
Thank you. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed and good luck to you.
Thank you.
It's there. The actual truth is revealed. Mrs. Scott still has feelings for her husband. Furthermore, Mr. Scott's statement that we must work together. Judge Vonda's heart even grew softer. This lawsuit goes beyond child support. The courts is the last recourse for a couple in trouble. In a unique turn of events, the courtroom turns into a venue for healing rather than retaliation. How frequently does that occur in family court? What transpired in the Scott case then? We witnessed a husband who had just retired from the military, a wife who was tired of being emotionally neglected, and a courtroom that nearly became a therapy session. Judge Vonda made it very evident that emotions are not facts, and that a courtroom is not the appropriate setting for breakups without a solid legal foundation. Ultimately, the case was dropped. No divorce, no child support, merely a much-needed wake-up call for a routine-bound pair. What are your thoughts? Was Mrs. Scott acting inappropriately? Or was it true that she needed more in a marriage? Please click the like button if you thought this case was as genuine and unvarnished as we did. For more astounding courtroom analyses every week, leave a comment below and subscribe to Truth Court.
I just want to go over what you saw in the Scott case. The Scott case was very cute, but it also had some petty elements to it, right? So wife was mad at her husband. He wasn't spending any time with her. He wasn't spending any time with their 17-year-old daughter. She said she had grown bored of their relationship. Well, you also saw that they made up, right? It's never going to be a good basis, guys, to come to court because you are in your feelings. It's very petty, and quite frankly, court is not the place for it. You really want to come to court based on good grounds. You know, one parent is not supporting the children like they're supposed to, or, you know, anything along those lines. But just remember, don't